What's up guys, it's Barsterboy here with the Ultimate Team tutorial episode number 2, and the topic today is managing your team. So that deals with contracts and injuries and all that kind of thing. So before we get on, Philpot releases pick of the week number 1, and if you're having any doubts whether or not to buy Fred, look at my top players there. Fred is 125 goals, so he's well worth checking out, and Philpot will always give you updates on some players that you should buy, so go and check that shit out. It's in an annotation somewhere there. And yeah, okay, so we're gonna go into my squad here, and as you can see I've got 2 players highlighted in red. Now one guy here, my centre back David Lewis, needs a contract, and this guy up here Wellington, he has an injury. You can see it there, and by pressing the right stick, left or right, I can scroll through a whole lot of information, and this brings up contracts. So what the contract means is it tells you how many games you can play before you need to renew their contract. Now don't worry if a player like this guy is on 0. It doesn't mean you're going to lose him, it just means you can't play him. So the first thing that I can do with David Lewis, if I don't have any contracts, is I can put a different centre back in there, and then I can't leave him on the bench, so I have to put someone else in there, and I can play now like that. But obviously this guy David Lewis is one of my key players, and I would recommend pretty much always trying to keep your key players in the team. So what we need to do is we need to bring up a mini menu by pressing the square button or the X button on the Xbox controller. So square for PS3 and X on the Xbox controller, and this brings up this mini menu. So it says apply item, and that's what we want to apply. Now in here you'll have a whole lot of different cards that you can use, and this one here is the contract. Now I already have a contract, and I'll show you how to buy them as well. So I'm going to apply this contract, and that means I can now use this guy again. See, he's not highlighted in red. So that's how you deal with contracts. Now this guy up here, Wellington, has an injury. So to figure out what kind of injury he has and what we can do the same as we did with David Lewis and take him out of the team completely, and we can play. But I do like this guy, and he's pretty useful for scoring some goals for me. So push the right stick in, and this will bring up this little information box, and you can see down here in the bottom right, injury duration is 2. That means I have to play 2 games without him, and then he'd be back, or I can go and get an injury healing card. And it over there just opposite says injury back, so it's a back related injury. So that's what we need to go and search. Now I don't have a healing for back injuries, so that's what we need to go and get. And this is how I'll show you how to get contracts as well. So we're going to go trading and search, and go to development. Now to get a contract, what I recommend is go to gold and find type contracts, and go and buy now. Minimum price 200, but there's nothing showing up there. 250, there's one thing there, so that's how you get them. So just basically keep rising this up and up, and you'll get them for cheap. That's why I would always recommend keeping a good few coins up in the top corner, because otherwise if you don't have contracts you're going to get in big trouble. So that's why just always keep some money. I know you might say, oh, I have 2,500 coins, I'll buy another player. Always make sure to leave a few hundred for a contract or 2. So what we need is a healing. So we're going to go search for healing and start at buy now 200. Actually, no, I don't need a gold healing. I need a silver healing, because the way it works is bronze will heal 1 game injury, silver will heal 2, and a gold will heal 4. And there's specific different things. So we go there. No. 300. No. My god, these are expensive. This is the difference between PS3 and Xbox. Now that's back healing, so that's what we need. So we're gonna put a bid in for this. Now this actually turns out pretty handy, and we go and click assign out. So I'm after buying the injury, and that's sorted out with 2. But as I was saying, PS3 and Xbox seems to be a lot more expensive things on PS3, because obviously there's a lot more people playing Xbox, which means there's more money going around, so a lot more players going around, so it makes things a lot cheaper. That's in my opinion anyway. So now we have the back healing, and now we just need to, same thing as we apply a contract, we're going to apply this, and that will do it. Now also there's another thing that's called a heals all, and that will heal all sorts of injuries, but they will turn out of being a bit more expensive. So that means now I can play with my squad, and pretty much I hope this helped you out guys on how to manage your team. Just remember to keep a bit of money, go and buy contracts, renew contracts for your main players, and same with injuries if you have to. If you don't have the money, you can just drop them out of your team, and keep going. But I would recommend always keeping your best players on contract constantly. So I hope this helped you out. Rate it and let me know if you're having any problems, and I will talk to you guys for the next tutorial. See yous.